Hello everyone, welcome to CodeCorp and welcome to another video of Java 8 Stream API series. So as we have already discussed, we are creating an interview series here. So in this interview series, we are covering Java 8 topics mainly. So in the Stream API videos, in the previous video, we have covered like what is a Stream API, why is it useful, what are the operations that we can perform on Stream API, and why it comes into the picture in Java 8. Okay, so as in our previous videos, we have discussed introduction to the Stream API, and we have also covered like what are the intermediate operations, what are the terminal operations. Okay, so we have covered all these. We have covered intermediate operations and terminal operations like from the broader point of view. Like you have an idea of like what are the intermediate operations, where do we apply them, and what are the terminal operations, like we need to collect the streams data into some collection, then we use terminal operations. Okay, so what we are going to do in this video, we are going to have some of the intermediate operations and some of the terminal operations, then using which explain those operations with the example and by using the Java code. Okay, so I have listed down some of the important intermediate and terminal operations that are frequently asked in the interviews, and these are very important. So I'll be explaining only these ones, and I'll tell you like where you can find all the intermediate operations. Then maybe you can have a look at it by yourself, and then maybe you can figure it out after multiple try and all. Like then only you will be getting you will be get more comfortable with this intermediate stream operations. Okay, so as we have mentioned here, we have in the intermediate operations, the important intermediate operation that all the intermediate operation that we do have are filter, which takes one predicate. We have already used this as well, like when we were filtering data based on that I would say odd value and even value, we were filtering the numbers, so we were passing a predicate lambda expression there. Okay, so we have already covered filter. I'll cover it once again for you. And the map we have also covered. Also flatMap, I'll tell you like what is it. Like in flatMap, generally we pass multi-dimensional, I would say two-dimensional array, and then it gets converted into single dimension collection or list. Okay, districts also I have already told you, like what is it like to get the set of the values, or I would say like unique values we get using distinct. Okay, and sorted and many more. So in similarly we also do have these terminal operations where for each it works kind of a like loop to iterate all over the stream collections, to array, reduce, collect, min, max, and all. So I'll be explaining each one of them with the code example. So let's dive into the Eclipse code. Okay, so let's move ahead. So here I have written some of the code here. So earlier we were using these examples. So we first will be explaining like what is filter. Okay, so first we'll be explaining that what is filter. So filter generally takes one predicate and then returns the result. So here if you are able to see, like in the filter example, I'm just passing would say like just remove it, and I am only getting the I'm filtering the names stream and getting the results which names starts with A, I would say, and I'm printing the result here. Okay, so what the output that I'll get is ls. Okay, so here you can see the lis is coming here. Okay, so we are filtering using filter. So filter generally filters the data based on this predicate. Okay, predicate is nothing but a lambda expression that returns true if the expression is true, or false if the expression is false. Based on that, it filters the data. Okay, so that's all about filter. Okay, the second one was map. Okay, so in map generally what do? We map each one of the value to some other value. Okay, suppose like I want to map these value to I want to create another list. So suppose I want to create another list like names length. Okay, and what it will be containing? It will be containing like the number of characters that we do have in each name. Okay, suppose like Alice is having like 5 characters, so this length array list will be having like 5. Bob is having 3, Charlie is having 7, and David is having 5. Okay, 5. So this will be the output. This is the output that we want. Okay, so let's create a map function for that. So as you can see, I have already created one map function which will be like mapping each one of the values to its character at 0 value. So the output of this stream API, if you are able to notice it, the output will be like in result 2, the output will be like A, B, C, and D. So if I comment it out, remove the comment, and if I run this, then I'll be getting the output A, B, C, D. Okay, so let's move and try to get the desired result that we want. Like we want this names length as 5, 3, and all. Okay, so firstly you need to create a list, similar kind of list that we have written here, and the output the type of the list should be integer, as the length of the each of the string will be an integer value. So I'm naming it as names name. Okay, so now the actual work comes into the picture. So if you type it like names.stream, then your collection, or I would say your stream will get converted, or your list will get, this name list will get converted into an stream. Okay, then you can perform one intermediate operation that we are going to perform, that is map. Okay, so map I have written here. Map is taking one function as an input, and it will be returning an output that we want to be stored in this names length. Okay, so what it should return? Okay, it should return like I am passing this value as an parameter here. Okay, so here you can see if I am passing x and I am getting the output as x dot char at 0. Okay, so this is the input and this is the output that we are getting. As I have already told you in the previous video, in the functions we do pass some value and we get some kind of output. So in this case we are passing the string as an input and we are getting an integer as an output. So suppose I would pass here x and I'm getting the output as x dot leng. Okay, then okay, I mind writing it to I just want to collect it. Collect collectors dot to list, and if I want to print it, if I want to print this names not length, then it will be having the output that we want. Okay, so this is our desired output. Okay, so let me copy and paste it here. Okay, so let me copy and paste it here. Control C, and here if I want the desired, our desired output is this 5375. Let's try to run it. What does it give? Okay, 5375. Now we are getting the output. So each one of the string has been mapped to its length. Okay, as you can see, mapped using the function that we are passing as a lambda expression. Okay, so now this one is also done. Let's move ahead and let's try to implement the flatMap. Okay. So as you can see in this code, what are we having? We are creating a new nested list, and it is a list of a string. Okay, so it is a nested list. So there are it is a list of lists. So as you can see, there are two lists, array as list as 1 2 and 3 4. Suppose let me print this nested list. So if you can see here, I am having this nested list as an output 1 2 3 4. Now what if I want to convert this into a single list? Okay, 1 2 3 4 inside a single list. Now you can, this is the input for now, and what the output that I want is like this, a single list having all the values 1 2. Remove it. Okay, so this is our desired output. Okay, so in this case we do use flatMap. Okay, so what do we pass in flatMap? We just pass the stream that we are iterating over it, and then like first list we have passed, and we have passed its stream, and then we are collecting it to a single list only. Okay, so here if I will try to print this data, and I'm getting the data as here flat list, I would say a singly linked list, then the output will be like this. You can see the output is 1 2 3 4. Okay, so in flatMap, generally if we inspect this flatMap, it generally takes a function only. Okay, and the function that we have passed, that is stream. Okay, that is the stream of that list that we have passed. Each of the list of streams, so we have passed it here, and then it has been collected to a single list. Okay, so let's if you have any doubt, just ask me in the comment section. I'll be clearing that out. Okay, now let's move toward distinct. I would say distinct is the next one, or I think distinct is the next. So distinct is the next intermediate operation. Okay, let's move toward it. So distinct, as I have already told you, like distinct is nothing. It's just like a way of getting the unique values only. Suppose I want to store. Suppose I am having a duplicate name here. Suppose I am having this Alice name twice. Okay, Alice name I am having twice, and if I want the output as like only single, each value should be appear only once. Okay, so in that case, what I do generally, I use distinct only. So okay, if I distinct, also what will be the output like? List of string single names, I would say names dot stream dot distinct dot to list. Okay, so here, and if I will try to print this, then I'll be having the distinct output of the names. What? Invalid character delete token. Okay, this one. Okay, so you can see our input was this Alice, Bob, Charlie, David, Alice. We were having Alice twice. Now in the output we are having Alice only once. So we are having the distinct value of each of the name. Okay, so in that case we have removed the duplicate values from that stream. Consider this list that we are getting as an output as a set only. Okay, so if we want the output as a set, or we want the output as a distinct values, then in that case we can use distinct intermediate operation. Okay, and the next operation would be I would say sorted. Okay, as you know, like sorted is very common and it is like simple. So as we can see here, the numbers operations we are having here. Suppose I want to take the output as like sorted numbers here. So suppose I want to use sorted. So in sorted, generally we don't do anything. We just get the output as sorted only. So we don't have to pass anything. We are getting like, suppose these are the numbers that are not sorted, as 10 is coming at the 0th place. So suppose this is the number and I want to get the output as sorted numbers. Okay. Sorted numbers. So what I will do, I will just convert this numbers to a stream. Numbers dot stream dot sorted. Okay, dot to list. So this output will be sorted only. Let's print it here. And if you can see, the output is sorted. 1, 1, 2, 2, and 10 is coming at the end. So the output is sorted. So one more sorted operations. So by generally, if we don't pass any comparator inside the sorted, then it generally sorts it into the natural order. Suppose I want to sort it in the like reverse order. Okay, so there are two ways of doing that. Okay, so one is you can pass a comparator here, and the second is like in the comparator itself we are having comparator dot reverse order or sorted dot reverse order method. Using that also you can do that. So let me do this again. Sorted with comparator. Okay, so let me comment out these as well. So suppose I'm getting it again, I want to sort it again. So numbers dot stream dot sorted dot comparator. We can pass it here, comparator dot. So here you can see comparing int you can pass, comparing double you can pass, comparing anything you can pass it here. Okay, or maybe you can pass directly like two values here, x comma y, and if you want the output in reverse order, then you can give y minus x. Okay, so this will also do the same thing. This is like lambda expression of writing a comparator. You can see that in compare to method we generally returns like in the compare method we generally return like x minus a. If it is less than 0, then it is in ascending order. If it is greater than 0, then it is descending, like that only. So if you can see, if you print the output of this number, then the output will be as you can see here, the output will be descending. Okay, you have given like y minus x. So this is nothing. This is just a comparator. Okay, and if you want to sort it in the ascending order, then you just have to give x minus y. Okay, so as you can see now, if I'm giving x minus y, now this is sorted in the ascending order. So this is also easy, or like it is nothing. Like you can just simply type here it like comparator.natural order for like x minus y thing, and for y minus x you can use the method like reverse order and all. But I would suggest you to use this lambda expression, because in your basics will get much clearer with using this lambda expressions, because if you will be using like comparator.reverse order, then in some of the cases you'll be requiring to sort, like suppose you want to sort employee data, or you want to sort it based on the salary, then in that case like you will need to have some methods that should use the comparator and all. But in this case you don't require anything. You just need to have a good understanding of lambda expression that I have explained you earlier, and then you can just pass that comparator here, and using this you can sort your data. Okay, so I think that this is also done. And in the next topic then we can use the limit and skip. So limit and skip is nothing, it's very easy. So here you can see here you can give it the sorted output. Okay, but if I want to skip these first three values, okay, in my output I only want these values. Okay, so then what I have to do, I don't have to do nothing. So when I have got this sorted, then I have to, suppose I am not sorting or I'm doing anything. Okay, suppose I have given a stream and then I have returned it to list. Okay, so then I'm getting this value. Suppose I want to skip this one value or these two values. Okay, so in this case what I will do, I will do like dot stream dot skip skip and the number of values that I want to skip. Suppose I want to skip two values, then I will give 2, then the 10 and 1 will get skipped, and the output will be 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6, 6. Okay, as you can see, if I run this, then the output is this one only. Okay, so this is the skip, and if you pass it 0 here, then your whole output will get printed. And the second one is that limit. Okay, I have explained the skip earlier, but now I can explain limit now as well. Okay, so skip, I think you have got the idea of skip. Skip is nothing like skip these many values, skip one value, skip two values, skip three value, whatever you want. You can pass the data here and you'll be getting the output. Okay, and the limit is nothing. Suppose I am writing it here, limit numbers. Suppose I want to give it limit 0, then my output will be empty. Limit is like how much data you want to be stored in your list. Suppose I want to give limit 1, then only this 10 will get stored. If I give like limit 2, then only two numbers will get stored in my output. And if I pass 3, then these 3 numbers will get stored in my output. For now, I can try printing this. You can see, if I have given limit 0, then only my list coming is empty. If I will give limit 1, then my output will be having like limit of my output list is 1. I can store only one data in my output list. So this is the work of limit. If I will give limit 5, then the first 5 records of this original number stream will get stored in my output. Okay, so if I will give in limit 5, then 10, 1, 2, 2 and 3 will get stored. Okay, as you can see, this is the output. So I think that is everything about the limit, or I would say intermediate operations. There are many other intermediate operations as well, which you can explore over the internet and you can use in your code. Like you need to just have a look on all the methods. Okay, these are the important methods that I have just shown you, that that are much more asked in the interviews only. Okay, so if you will focus on only these intermediate methods, then you are good to go with the interview thing, and you're like ready for the interview. If you have any strong command on these intermediate operations only, then I think it is very good for you. Okay, so you don't need to worry about like what are the other methods are there. Maybe you can read them as well and you can try them out as like as many number of operations you know that will be good for you. Like in your interview you will be much more confident about the intermediate operations. Okay, and if you don't have any, like you don't want to study further or like to read about the intermediate operation further, then these are enough. Okay, you can go ahead with them, but just remember like you need to do the practice on these intermediate operations. Like there are not many, only 8 number of intermediate operations are there. You can practice them like using different scenarios and all. Okay, you can create your own scenarios and solve them using these intermediate operations. Okay, I think that is it for the video, and in the next video I'll be explaining some of the terminal operations to you, and then in the later video I'll be explaining like what are the interviews questions that are generally asked in the Stream API section of Java 8 interviews. Okay, so if you have any doubt related to the intermediate operations or anything, or any of the previous videos that I have created, if you have any doubt, then just keep me posted in the comment section. I'll be ready to help. Okay, and if you like the video, just don't forget to like, share and subscribe it.